Welcome to Rays of Hope, where inspiration meets possibilities. Join us on this journey as we explore videos that illuminate the path to positivity and resilience. Hindsight bias, a dangerous trap for decision-makers, and how to avoid it. Hindsight bias can cloud our judgment and decision-making without us even realizing it. But what if there were ways to catch it before it distorts our perception of past events? Understanding this phenomenon is crucial for anyone looking to make sound decisions based on accurate reflections rather than biased interpretations. In this video, we will delve into practical strategies that can help you identify and mitigate hindsight bias effectively. Let's explore how you can navigate this cognitive trap with clarity and confidence. Understanding hindsight bias. Hindsight bias, also known as the knew it all along effect, refers to the tendency people have to perceive events as having been predictable or foreseeable after they have already occurred. This cognitive bias can distort our memories of past events, leading us to believe that we knew the outcome all along when, in reality, the outcome was uncertain at the time. Definition and explanation. Hindsight bias occurs when people exaggerate their ability to predict an outcome after the fact. It can lead to overestimating one's foresight or knowledge, which can have implications for decision-making processes. Examples of hindsight bias. Sports fan perspective. After a game, fans might claim they knew their team would win based on the player's performance, despite the uncertainties during the actual game. Investment decisions. Looking back, investors may think they predicted a stock market crash because of certain economic indicators, disregarding the unpredictable nature of financial markets. Impact on decision-making. Hindsight bias can distort our evaluation of past decisions, leading us to believe that we made the right choices based on outcomes that were unknown or unpredictable at the time. This bias can hinder our ability to learn from mistakes and can lead to overconfidence in our decision-making abilities. By recognizing and understanding hindsight bias, we can strive to make more informed and objective decisions based on the information available at the time, rather than retroactively adjusting our perceptions based on outcomes. Recognizing the signs of hindsight bias. Hindsight bias, also known as the "I knew it all along" effect, can cloud our judgment and lead us to believe that past events were more predictable than they were. By recognizing the signs of hindsight bias, we can better navigate decision-making processes and avoid falling into its trap. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias plays a crucial role in hindsight bias by influencing the way we interpret information. When we suffer from confirmation bias, we tend to seek out and prioritize information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs or expectations. In the context of hindsight bias, this means that we may retroactively interpret past events in a way that aligns with what we currently know, leading us to believe that we could have predicted the outcome all along. Overconfidence effect. The overconfidence effect can fuel hindsight bias by making us overly confident in our knowledge and abilities. Real-world scenarios often showcase how overconfidence can be a slippery slope towards hindsight bias. For instance, in investment decisions, overconfident individuals may look back at their choices and believe they made the best decisions, disregarding any warning signs or uncertainties that were present at the time. Selective memory. Selective memory exacerbates hindsight bias by influencing how we remember past events. Our tendency to selectively recall information that fits our current knowledge or beliefs can distort our perception of the past. When it comes to hindsight bias, selective memory may lead us to recall events in a way that supports our current understanding, reinforcing the illusion that we knew the outcome all along. By understanding the interplay between confirmation bias, the overconfidence effect, and selective memory, we can begin to identify the subtle signs of hindsight bias in our decision-making processes. Being mindful of these cognitive biases can help us make more informed choices and avoid the pitfalls of overestimating our ability to predict outcomes in hindsight. Strategies to mitigate hindsight bias. Understanding strategies to mitigate hindsight bias is crucial in decision-making processes. By implementing critical thinking practices, encouraging diverse perspectives, and embracing uncertainty, individuals can effectively combat the impact of hindsight bias. Critical thinking practices. Fostering critical thinking is essential for countering hindsight bias. By questioning assumptions, considering alternative explanations, and analyzing situations objectively, individuals can reduce the influence of past knowledge on current judgments. Emphasizing evidence-based reasoning and logical analysis can help in making more informed decisions and avoiding the pitfalls of hindsight bias. Encouraging diverse perspectives. In preventing hindsight bias, diverse viewpoints play a significant role. Encouraging discussions among individuals with varying backgrounds, experiences, and expertise can offer fresh insights and challenge existing beliefs. By considering a range of perspectives, individuals can broaden their understanding of situations and reduce the likelihood of falling into hindsight bias traps. Embracing uncertainty. Embracing uncertainty is key to combating hindsight bias. Acknowledging that outcomes are not always predictable and that multiple factors contribute to results can help individuals avoid the tendency to oversimplify past events. By accepting the complexity of decision-making processes and embracing ambiguity, individuals can cultivate a mindset that is more open to learning from outcomes rather than being misled by hindsight bias. Implementing prevention techniques in daily life. In today's fast-paced world, it's crucial to be mindful of hindsight bias and its impact on our decision-making processes. Implementing prevention techniques in our daily routines can help us navigate through uncertainties more effectively. Let's explore some practical strategies to keep hindsight bias at bay. Keeping a decision journal. One powerful tool to combat hindsight bias is maintaining a decision journal. By jotting down our thoughts, reasoning behind decisions, and expected outcomes before knowing the results, we create a record of our genuine beliefs at that moment. This practice helps us reflect on our initial perspectives, making it easier to identify hindsight bias when looking back. Additionally, keeping a decision journal enhances self-awareness, promotes accountability, and fosters continuous learning from past experiences. Seeking feedback. Another effective strategy to mitigate hindsight bias is seeking feedback from others. By consulting with peers, mentors, or experts, we gain diverse perspectives that challenge our own biases. External feedback provides invaluable insights that we might overlook due to our preconceived notions. Actively soliciting feedback encourages us to consider alternative viewpoints, question our assumptions, and approach decision-making more objectively. Reflecting on past decisions. Reflection is key to preventing hindsight bias from clouding our judgment. Engaging in structured reflection exercises can help us examine our past decisions more rationally. One approach is the premortem technique, where we imagine a scenario where our decision fails and analyze the potential causes. This exercise encourages us to acknowledge uncertainties, anticipate obstacles, and recognize the limitations of our foresight. By reflecting on past decisions with humility and openness, we cultivate a mindset that embraces learning from both successes and failures. By incorporating these prevention techniques into our daily lives, we can enhance our decision-making processes, cultivate a growth mindset, and navigate complex situations with greater clarity and insight. Stay proactive, seek diverse perspectives, and reflect thoughtfully to minimize the impact of hindsight bias on your choices. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment.